What is up, NYJohn here with round 2 of the Sunday Evening Cup Series presented by NYJohn.com. This is RNG versus Sleisel or April O'Neil Esports, as their tag does say in the game. I'll be calling them Sleisel+4 or Sleisel for the entirety of the match, though, because that's what they are in the brackets, and it's easier to say. And in Game 1, we saw Sleisel+4 take down Team Hi pretty easily. They are the favorites in this tournament in all likelihood because of the fact that they have won the past 2. So we'll see if they can get the hat trick moving into the playoffs, which I believe start next week or the week after. We'll probably find out about that between matches and confirm. Let's take a look at what was banned out by RNG. We see they have taken out Darkseer, Undying, Sven, Queen of Pain, and Tidehunter. Meanwhile, Team Sleisel took out Templar Assassin, Batrider, Magnetar, Shadow Demon, and Rubik. Then the picks for Team Sleisel, we have Jakiro, Gyrocopter, Visage, and Ogre Mage. Or Magi, excuse me. I don't know. I'm losing it. But Ogre Magi and Visage, I mean, it just scrambled my brain. 2 heroes that we don't see really all too often or ever. Gyrocopter and Visage, or Visage, I'll probably say it both ways throughout the match because it's kind of either or, tomato, tomato. And Pudge is going to actually finish out their roster. So what? This team is outrageous. I love it. Ogre Magi is my favorite hero, so really like what they have going for them. I mean, Ogre Magi is my favorite, other than Pit Lord, of course. But we'll see what they can make of this squad. And they're going to be against Bounty Hunter, Keeper of the Light, Chaos Knight, Lena, and Night Stalker. So a very solid team, much more orthodox. And that's that. So everyone picking up the heroes and getting ready to get into the game. Take a quick look and see. I believe it's 16 teams. So round 1 splits the bracket. So this is going to be probably a quarterfinal match. If I can go to the brackets real quick, we'll check that and confirm or deny. Let's see. Bear with me for a moment. And yes, this is... no. This is a round of 16... Round of 8. Yeah, round of 8 match. So we'll go over who's playing what hero. Excuse me for my lackluster introduction there. And we could see that Wicking is actually on top of Chaos Knight. Andrew Riley playing Bounty Hunter. Hataras on Keeper of the Light, God Mike Pimp on Night Stalker, GG Lucas on Lena, and an engagement uphill already. I get interrupted so rudely. It looks like they're going to try and take down Chaos Knight. He's getting really low. Can they get the last auto attack from him? Hannah Montana's looking for it. He'll get in range. The stuff from Lena's going to save him, and she might pay with it for her own life. And down goes Lena. There's still a lot of action going on the back end of it. And it looks like Hataras is going to try and get off a big Illuminator. Jumps down people low. Hannah Montana's going to drop. And they're going to try to pick up another kill here. Visage trying to deal damage from the back end. Try and take down God Pimp Mike. And he will be able to do so. Tura's going to look for a last hit on him. Down goes Visage. So a couple deaths so far. And this could be another one in favor of the Radiant. Ends up being a 3-for-2 exchange. And they're still not done, as it looks like Pudge is looking for Bounty Hunter down here, but he will actually relent and not push too far for that one. So the unorthodox lineup of Team Sleisel+4 picking up a couple of kills there and getting the better of the early game exchange. We'll go over who's playing what hero really quickly. We have Ryu Boris playing the Pudge, Hannah Montana on the Gyrocopter. We have Tashiorson on Visage, Defect on Jakiro, and Sleisel on Ogre Magi. So I always say in games, if I'm mispronouncing names, I apologize. Forgive me. And I'm probably mispronouncing a bunch of names again. Looks like Lucas is going to get spotted off here by the ward placed by Visage, and they're going to try and maintain strong control here with an aggressive tri-lane that has a lot of disables going on. It's going to be hard for them to contest it. Now Pudge is on a killing spree, as in the bottom lane he gets a solo kill on Bounty Hunter after he has dust delivered to himself. So really well played there. Sorry I missed the kill, but Pudge, wow, getting a dream start to this game. 3 kills inside of 1.5 minutes. Looks like Night Stalker on the middle lane is going to fare pretty well against Gyrocopter. I'm not sure if he really has anything to slow him down all too much, but Night Stalker having that early death, it does inhibit the process a little. Same can be said for Gyrocopter, though. Lucas and Wicking on the top lane. Just trying to get some farm. Lane is pushed, so that's not bad for the Radiant right now. Of course, it's going to push back momentarily. And they do drop down a sentry and take out that ward that was placed earlier by the Radiant team. And now they know that Jakiro is hidden over here. Intuition, perhaps. Lucas is going to run into him, and now from the back, Torres is going to put an auto attack on him, but that'll be the end of that exchange. Curious about how this bottom lane is going to go. It looks like Ryu Boris is going to keep him really far out of the lane. Bounty Hunter does pick up level 3 to Pudge is level 4, so a slight lead that you would expect on the back end of having 3 kills already for Pudge. The top lane is now pushing towards the Radiant. If they want to be aggressive, it wouldn't be a bad time to try to do so. They're putting their farm on Ogre Magi. It looks like he's 8 for 0 in terms of CS, and he is getting the lion's share of the last hits here. So see what Ogre Magi can do with some strong farm on the back of him. He's not going to get all too much since they are in this aggressive tri-lane. They're going to need to pick up some kills to compensate. Rotation over. It looks like Night Stalker is going to pick up the Illusion Rune, throw that in the bottle, so that's a nice little acquisition for him. Hannah Montana may be in trouble, as we do see Andrew Riley going to rotate into the middle lane. He's level 4. Try and jump on him here. God Mike Pimp does force down engagement. He pops off the illusions. This is going to be a good timing and maybe a lot of trouble for Hannah Montana. He's going to get spotted up by the tower. Janata Strike is enough to take him down, and a Shuriken Toss level 2 will kill off Hannah Montana. Gyrocopter going down on the middle lane, but on the top lane we see a Sun coming out on Chaos Knight. Ice Path is going to catch nobody, though, and it looks like Chaos Knight will be able to retreat safely back to his tower. So nice little kill there in the middle, though. Be able to take down Hannah Montana. I know one thing. If you put a lot of farm on the back of Gyrocopter, he can deal a ton of damage. That can be said of most heroes, though. So being able to slow him down and inhibit that process a little bit there is going to be very beneficial. However, Pudge is still getting a huge amount of farm in this bottom lane. Level 5 now, almost level 6. And he has to be very careful. Once Pudge picks the level 6 up, Bounty Hunter needs to be super cautious because it can be a very bad look for him. Sleisel 600 gold in the bank from all of his last hits. Curious to see what he wants to go for on a carry. Ogre Magi. I think Aghanims is really overpriced, but since it can multicast, it has some potential benefits. You really have to go for a high risk, high reward there, though. So we'll see what he wants to actually pick up in terms of item. They're going to put a stun on top of Chaos Knight. Now the Ice Path will follow up. It's actually going to catch 2. As on the back end of it, it catches Keeper Light as well. That's going to be a kill, but Ogre Magi does die as well, so exchanging the farming heroes there. Oh, and huge damage on Lucas from the blast coming out from Visage. Meanwhile, Pudge gets another kill on Bounty Hunter on the bottom lane while the action was going on top. So well played by Pudge. Again, Ryu Boris having his way down here with Andrew Riley, and that is problematic, and it's not an easy lane by any mean. Oh, but on the top, another exchange. It looks like the dual breast is going to pop off, take Wicking down to below half health, and Defect is dealing a ton of damage here. A TP is coming in, though, from Bounty Hunter, and he could try and change the tide of this fight. A good stun from Lena is going to slow them both down. He doesn't have track quite yet, but an Illuminate will take down Jakiro first. Now a nice Shuriken Toss is going to take down Sleisel as well. 2 kills going to RNG, evening up the kill score. 6-6 on the top lane, and a nice TP from Andrew Riley really brought that one home. And that stun from Lena was really well placed as well. So I have to give credit to that light strike array placement, catching both of those heroes and slowing them just long enough for the help to really pay dividends. Now Andrew Riley thinking about coming in on this middle lane, put some damage on Hannah Montana. Did he pick up his level 6 from that? Yes, he did. So track is available, but it is not Night yet. And no boots on Night Stalker. He's going to get a Janata Strike and get a little bit of extra damage onto Gyrocopter, but Gyrocopter playing it really safe. Now we do see Pudge rotating down here as well. He doesn't have any more Invis detection, so there's not all too much he can do to Andrew Riley if he does run into him. And now Ryu Boris is actually going to be spotted off, so thinking about going back to his lane. He has the courier delivering something out to him. Let's check what it will be. It's going to be an early urn as well as a smoke on. Meanwhile, on the top lane, dust rather. Meanwhile, on the top lane, we do see a kill coming out. Keeper of the Light tried to rotate down to the rune, and it looks like he paid for it dearly. Camped out rune is actually going to be a regeneration. Oh, it's going to be a nice, but he's going to get hooked for it. And now God Mike Pimp is in a lot of trouble. Hannah Montana piling on the damage, and down goes Night Stalker in the top river. The tri-lane has a crazy look in their eyes, like they want to jump on somebody here. A disconnect does come out, so we'll have a pause. And hopefully Lena can get back here quickly. So an interesting game with a wild assortment of heroes, and it's been exciting. 14 kills in 6 minutes, so averaging more than 2 kills a minute, and I don't think that pace is going to slow down at all based on the type of heroes and type of game we have already witnessed. Gyrocopter, really curious to see what he can make of this. 900 gold in the bank. He has a bottle and boot so far. Let's take a look at our gold graph and see if there's any significant. 1,500 gold, this is really minimal. 1,000 experience, not too much. Nothing to really worry about. CS is in favor of the Radiant team. It looks like it has 28 on the back of Pudge and 27 on the back of Gyrocopter. But not too far behind are Night Stalker and Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight is probably one of the major concerns, already having 1 death and 16 CS. He's struggling to get that gold up, and with the looming presence of Pudge, who's going to be roaming a lot once he gets the ability to do so, it's going to be threatening to Chaos Knight if he doesn't have that extra life to be able to sustain the damage that Pudge can output. Especially with all these disables there to set up perfect hooks, perfect encounters, and they're really going to allow for a lot of damage coming out from Gyrocopter between the ultimate as well as the rocket barrage. Being able to keep people in place for a long time is going to assist that matter. Meanwhile, for the Dire team, Keep It Light's doing pretty well. It looks like he already has 3 kills to 2 deaths and 2 assists, so he's been part of 5 out of 6 kills. That's a really good effort for him. Bounty Hunter 3 and 2 and 1. So not bad for him either. He definitely was struggling in the bottom lane, but now that Pudge is moving a little bit, Pudge actually looks like he's headed back to the base for a moment, going to fill up the bottle as well as get some mana going. We'll see if he's going to go down to the bottom lane and try and further impede the farm process of Bounty Hunter, or if he's going to make his way to the top and try and really cash in on some kills once the pause is over with. Thank you for watching. I'm NYJohn. This is the Sunday Evening Cup Series presented by NYJohn.com. If you have a team of 5 people, be sure to sign up next time around, and you can be being casted. That doesn't sound right, but we'll live with it. As we see the umpires coming out, so we're going to get right back into the game, and Sleisel trying to be very aggressive on the back end of it. He's going to look for a stun, and he's going to get it on top of Lucas instead, and now there's the Ice Path as well. Do they have enough damage to take him down? Dual Breath is going to get him low, and the last hit from Ogre Magi will do the job, but Sleisel may pay with it for his life. Oh, pay for... Sleisel goes down, as I poorly phrase, pay with his life for it. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Forgive me. And so it ends up being not really worth it. You trade Lena for Ogre Magi. You already have invested a lot in Ogre Magi trying to put the farm on him. So well played there by the Dire to respond and make sure they got something out of that aggression from the Radiant. And now a little rocket's going to fly off and try and deal some damage to Night Sucker, who is running ever so quickly as it is nighttime. But it will get denied by Lena. But the Vision will actually spot off Lena in the middle lane, so they know there's at least 2 heroes here. Pudge is leading the way. He has Dust available as well. If anything happens, and Andrew Riley is right here, and he heard the animation, and now Andrew Riley has to retreat. Boris using his Dust, so I guess a slight victory for the Dire, getting Dust on cooldown, getting to waste 1 of them. And they're going to wait for the rune at the top river, it looks like. Actually, no, he's going to look to be more aggressive. And here he comes, charging towards Chaos Knight. Does he have any help? Ogre Magi is kind of in the area, but a full back from both heroes will keep them safe for the moment. And Jakiro joins the effort as well. Meanwhile, on the middle lane, Hannah Montana takes a little damage from the Void. And you see Bounty Hunter is going to make his way in as well. So can Night Stalker and Bounty Hunter combine for a kill on Gyrocopter? It looks like Visage is here. He's going to go ahead and slow down Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter gets hit by the Dismember. Doesn't have enough damage to take him down, though, and the Urn Charge may do the job. He's trying to take up those bottle charges to mitigate some of the damage. He's able to do so. Bounty Hunter will survive for a moment. He's getting a little greedy, trying to get back in there for a track, and Rhea Boris is going to drop as he's taken down by a combination of Lena as well as Night Stalker. A track does fly off on top of Visage, and he's trying to back up under his tower, but the Reality Rift will pull him back away from it, and now they're trying to dive onto Hannah Montana, who is just hiding, trying to cling on to dear life. 2 heroes are rotating in, and they're diving too far. They might turn this around. Sleisel comes in, gets a stun on top of Wicking. Wicking's going to get hit by the Ice Path as well. The Ice Path is going to catch 3, and now Chaos Knight's going to go down first. A Light Strike away is going to hit on Ogre Magi only. Illuminate comes out. It does take down Gyrocopter, and now God Mike Pimp is getting really low on health. He has to back up. A stun comes out. One more hit will do the job, and there will take him down too. Another big kill for Sleisel+4. Lucas tries to retreat. He gets slowed down by Visage as well as by Ogre Magi. Can he get out of here? He throws off a Dragon Slate to try and put some damage, and he's going to drop to Visage. Now God Mike Pip is going to dive this and be able to take down Sleisel. He's going to get a little greedy, try and go in second hero as well. Gargoyles are flying out. They're going to be able to stun him up under the tower. And now Pudge makes his way back into the fray. They're going to go on top of God Mike Pip, and he's going to drop as well. But he does take down Visage before dying there. And now it's just all up to Hatoras trying to retreat. And he's warding, and he's going to go into a choke. But no, due to the nighttime, it looks like they didn't have vision and aren't able to pick up on him. Otherwise, Pudge probably could have landed a nice hook there as he ran into a choke point. So a huge battle, people making their way in and out constantly, and we still remain fairly even in terms of the kill score, 14 for 13 in favor of Sleisel+4. But RNG not far off. We saw the potential their team fight has if they can kind of catch someone out. It was not the best engagement ever by Sleisel+4, having a couple heroes in bad positioning and others rather far away. And we'll see if that's going to be impactful as we move forward. Pudge now picks up a regen rune as well. He's going to make his way towards the top lane where Chaos Knight is trying to find enough money to build up any item. He'll take treads at this point. He just wants to get an item up. He really, there it is. Treads are now finished. And 10-minute treads on a short lane. Chaos Knight, oh, and he gets hooked here too. Dismember under the tower. It's going to be enough damage to take him down. He stands no chance. Ryubora's getting a kill on top of Chaos Knight. That's what I'm talking about. He just isn't big enough. And now under the tower, a dive. Defect's going to be in trouble, but a good stun coming out from Sleisel. As a nice response. Ice Path as well. Do they have enough to take him down? It's nighttime, so it's going to be a tough task. But instead, they get a hook on top of Andrew Riley. They pop off the dust as well, and he's going to drop here. Down goes Bounty Hunter. Visage stealing the kill out from under Pudge, and now it looks like Night Stalker going to try and retreat, and he will be able to do so. Meanwhile, Sleisel+4 looking to perhaps push this middle tier 1 tower, or look for a hook here. It throws it ambitiously. It will not catch Keeper of the Light. It's actually far off course, and instead they will work towards the tower now. And this is a team it's pretty scary when they're pushing onto your tower. You really don't want to show yourself because the potential for a hook, a missile, a lot of long-range skills. And now Hook's going to fly off, but it will just narrowly miss Keeper of the Light. Chaos Bolt flies. It does 2 seconds on top of Pudge. Pudge gets hit by the Laguna Blade as well, but Lucas is going to die. And now God Mike Pimp just trying to retreat here. A lot of damage coming out onto Keeper of the Light. Ogre Magi looking for another stun as Gyrocopter is already dead, but looks like the Dismember will be enough to take down Night Stalker. Track flying on top of Ryubora's, and the Shuriken Toss will take him down as well. Bounty Hunter going to try and make his way out of here. Does anyone else have invis detection? It doesn't look like anyone does, so he should be just fine. And another interesting engage. Who got the tower? Visage got the tower, so no, all's well that ends in a lot of money. And now it looks like Andrew Riley is going to dive and try and take down Defect here under his own tower. This is very overzealous. Gargoyles flying in as well. They're going to go ahead and stun him up once. No second stun. And there were no teammates there to really help out or try and bait. So it'll be just fine. Gyrocopter does pick up a Helm of Iron Will, so perhaps working towards Lifesteal? Maybe going towards the Helm of the Dominator. It could also be, I don't think it's going to be an Armlet or a Veil of Discord, so yeah, probably going towards the Helmet Dominator. Interesting option there. The armor surely will go a long way in this effort, so should help the issue. Thank you for tuning in. I'm NYJohn. This is Sunday Evening Cup Series presented by NYJohn.com. And if you like my cast, be sure to follow me here on Twitch, as well as check out my YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/NYJohnTV. A hook flies. It's going to hit a creep, though. And that should give enough time for Chaos Knight to retreat here. Wicking going to back up. 3 heroes have made their way up here against 4 from Team Sleisel. Rebor's going for another hook. It's not quite going to land. TP coming in, though, and now it's going to be 4 heroes. As Bounty Hunter's going to jump into the middle, but he cancels the TP. A nice force cancel. Oh, a multicast proc on top of Keeper of the Light, and he is melted. Now a brilliant hook going to catch off Lucas as well. Down goes Lena. 2 kills for Sleisel+4 on the top lane. This tower is going to be oh so free, and the gold will be that much greater. Shout out to Nick13OI for following me on Twitch. Thanks, buddy. And now the push is on the top lane as well. They might rotate out of here momentarily. I don't think they're going to try and force any issues. On the bottom lane, we do see Hannah Montana's going to put some damage on top of God Mike Pimp. It's actually God Mike PMP, but we'll go with Pimp. It sounds a little bit better. Bounty Hunter's going to just back off cautiously here. And nothing more to amount to this. Wicking, being cautious. Nobody wants to really stand out of the tower. And this is the presence I was talking about earlier. They have strong, long-range skills, and it really is keeping them down. When you're trying to defend a tower, you don't want to put yourself in that bad position where you can get caught out. And this is a prime example of it. They have 3 heroes, 4 heroes in the area. They really are being very cautious. They don't want to overstep their boundaries. And here it goes. Now they're stepping forward, and Rebor's is going to look for a hook here. Let's check out our item progression. Does he have? Yes. Hood of Defiance is up, so working towards a pipe. Should be up sooner than later. Now Bounty Hunter's just going to try and get out of here. Ogre Magi will work towards an Aghanim, it looks like. A Bloodstone, but Aghanim's probably the likely choice. Do they have a lot of Arcane to keep that mana up? I mean, it's so expensive to use the Aghanim's ability, the Untamed Fire Blast, unless they changed it, because I don't even see it on his bar here. So maybe I'm entirely wrong and I'm out of base. Huh. We'll have to wait and see. And Keeper of the Light's just going to spam off Illuminate to slow down the push. Nothing much else going on. Hannah Montana keeping his farm going. Let's check out all this stuff. 67 CS. Hannah Montana does lead the way. It's not the best CS in 16 minutes, but it's been an action-packed game, and as such, your last hits often do suffer because of that. 5,600 gold in the back of Pudge. He's leading the way in terms of net worth. 5,100 gold on Gyrocopter, not too far behind. 4,100 gold on Ogre Magi, and then 3,100 gold on Bounty Hunter, who is leading his team, but still 2,000 gold off from a couple of the team members of the Radiant side. So a little bit concerning. Again, the farm is not there right now. They need to convert some team fights to get it back to a spot where you feel comfortable. They're going to smoke up here and take down a ward on the high ground. A gem has been picked up by Visage. I love early gems. They did it last game as well to great avail. And now a TP in from Chaos Knight's going to put him in the middle lane. And he gets spotted off by the ward as well. He has to be careful. And this is really sticky situation for the Dire side. On the bottom lane, Night Stalker is going to be chased down by a missile here. They're going to bring in 4 heroes to try and help him and give up some free damage on this middle tier 2 probably. No, it looks like they'll rotate back in time. Pudge with a double damage pop now. And he also has a headdress in his bank. He's 230 gold away from finishing off that pipe, which will be a very nice acquisition. And a good hook is going to catch off Bounty Hunter, but the gem wasn't in position to allow for the dismember. Oh, in the middle of fighter, Macrobot is going to fly off. It's dealing a lot of damage. Just everyone is standing on it. Laguna Blade does manage to kill off Ogre Magi, and now Wicking's going to be in trouble as he walks into a dismember. The hook's going to fly out, and it will split the uprights, not catch anybody. And Pudge is going to die, but he buys back. He's going to try and make his way back into this one. Illuminate is going to be able to take down Jakiro, and now Ogre Magi finishes off Night Stalker. The ultimate comes out from Hannah Montana as he's a late addition to the fight, and he takes down a couple as well. And now the tower is going to be pushed. Buybacks all over the place. And everyone's back in the game. Everyone's spending their buyback gold, and they're going to keep going here as Boris gets a hook on top of God Mike Pimp. Night Stalker in a lot of trouble. The Ice Man just barely catches him. A nice Light Strike Array going to catch 2 in the middle of it, but it's not enough to save his teammate. Lucas going to be in trouble as well as the missile is flying after him, but the hook will not hit, and he will survive for the moment. And now Hannah Montana just going to TP top and continue his farm. Really insane action sequence going on there. And it just looked like Sleisel+4 really got the better of it. So good things happening for them. Gyrocopter now is 3,300 gold. No clue what he's going to go for next, but we'll probably see some indication momentarily. He takes up a Dark Troll Warlord for himself. So he's got a little pet now. Maybe going to stack creeps or something. Reabor's going to chase in. He's going to try and catch off somebody here, but the creep wave does get in his way. The hook flies, but it hits the creep that's right in front of him. Chaos Bolt comes out, 3 seconds. Ice Path to try and make him safe, and from the side, a track flies off on top of Pudge. And that's the end of the action for the moment. It's 19 minutes. The kill lead is 26-19 in favor of Sleisel+4 over RNG. I'm NYJohn. Thank you for joining me. This is Sunday Evening Cup Series presented by NYJohn. And we're in the middle of a crazy game. And the tracked up Pudge is just desperately looking for a hook. If anyone got hit by that, that would be a huge misstep, as having full vision on him should keep you pretty safe. Now the 4 heroes are just sitting here, allowing Hannah Montana to farm at his will, but he does go back to the base to pick up his Yasha, so Manta will be the first choice, it looks like, potentially. And the gem is now on Ogre Magi. Ogre Magi, of course, nice because he does have a lot of health, sitting at 1,300 health with only really a point booster going towards granting him extra health. Having that base strength so high, it's really nice for a support. This is my campaign to get Ogre Magi back in the competitive scene. I think he belongs there. And now Andrew Riley's going to be in trouble as he gets targeted by a missile flying out. Hannah Montana is about to join the battle. Boris gets his dismember on top of God Mike Pimp, but it's not all too much damage. Ultimate flies off from Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter's in the middle doing a ton of damage to everybody. Down goes Keeper of the Light. He'll be the first death. It looks like Bounty Hunter's getting really low. A nice hook is going to pull Chaos Knight back to Pudge. And they're going to be able to finish off Lena on the back end of it, though, and no! The missile flying out from Visage is going to finish off Bounty Hunter as well. 3 are dead for RNG, and Sleisel+4 are going to work on this Tier 2 tower in the bottom lane. The final outer base tower is about to be claimed in their favor. Multicast now flying out, and Hannah Montana did a ton of damage in the middle of that fight. I mean, the missile barrage as well, the rocket barrage rather, as well as, I guess, Flat Cannon may have been active too. And he was just doing work, and now the base tower is going to be at risk. Glyph is not available, or it is available, but they're just opting not to pop it quite yet. Dismember is going to go on top of Nightstalker, and he's going to drop. Now Chaos Knight is going to back off. The Tier 3 drops. Rax is the next focus. The melee barracks already dropping down to half health. Another hook is going to fly. It's going to hit on top of Keeper of the Light. And now he's down. Lucas is in trouble as he's standing right next to a rotting Pudge. And a couple more hits will take him down. Visage getting the hit again. GG called, and that is it for this one. Visage finishing the game 8-4-9. He got so many last hits. And Sleisel+4 doing work again. A 22-minute victory over RNG. RNG staying in the game for quite some time, but really falling behind in terms of that farm, that net worth. We took a look at that, and you can see when you're back 2,000 gold on your carry to their carry, that's usually an indicator of being in a bad position. So we'll see Sleisel+4 trying to defend the title and make it 3 in a row in terms of SECS victories. And they've done their work so far, taking out 2 teams, both in under 25 minutes. Decisive victories, to say the least. And you got to give credit to RNG. They put up a fight, but this is a lineup that they probably have never practiced against before. What a unique lineup from Sleisel+4, and really, I'm not sure they outpicked anybody. I just think they out-executed, and it really is a testament to their individual skill. So well played, and stick with me. We'll have another game coming up whenever another game is available. And that's all I have to say for now. So be sure to follow me here on Twitch TV, as well as check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/NYJohnTV, where all VODs from today's games will be available after I watch Walking Dead, I think. So, see you in a little while for whatever the next game